All right, I do apologize for the late weather update. It's 11:30, and we are dealing with the heat that's coming. You see the heat here, all the heat advisories and excessive heat warnings that are on this map. Some of them aren't even showing up. But the story that I've got to talk about right now are the thunderstorms that we had. And you see right now on the radar showing you what we have left of them. Just showing you the loop here. You can see this line just really just developed. This doesn't show the whole story, since we're going to have to go to radar rewind here on the Ventu sky and show you what happened. But let's, for most of the day, the thunderstorm activity was to the north and the west. And then what wound up happening is, as we got toward this evening, 7 o'clock or so, 7:30, you started seeing some development in Bergen County. Here's 8:30, all right, another cell over the Bronx. And it looked like, it looks like, and then it set off something off the along the outflow boundary over there in central Suffolk. And then as we got toward 9:30, coming home, this line just developed right over here in the Bronx and Westchester County. Here we are at 9:40, and I have a whole video of the storm hitting us, which will be up in a little bit, or probably in an hour or so. But you'll see here that this storm came through and slammed us here in Mineola. This thing just started blowing up as it got toward Nassau County, and I was watching the whole thing. There wasn't a whole lot of bolts, just a lot of sheet lightning, or there wasn't a whole lot of bolts to see, but there was a lot of lightning with this storm, and you can see here it just slammed us here in central Nassau. We are at 10:30, and then it finally moved away and moved toward the south shore of Suffolk as we got toward 11 o'clock. And what a storm! And I'll just share with you some pictures of the cloud. Now, I have a video also from Jones Beach, so you'll see here. That's what it looked like there at Jones Beach. The sun, and then you can see the storms on the horizon. Here's another look at those storms forming as I was heading back. And a big thank you to the nice bus driver who let me. We had just a few seconds at the East Bathhouse, and I was able to just hop out and take this picture and get back on the bus of this storm. This was around 8 o'clock. Big thank you to him. And nice was nice to me today. And you'll see here that, look at that. So this is the storm coming in here. This is one of the pictures I have. I have a video of this. Watch the whole thing. It was heavy rain and everything. It was incredible storm. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. So looking at the satellite, you'll see these storms again blow up here on the satellite. And quite impressive, too. It's almost like a little dry line that's developed over here, almost, you could see. And if you look off to the north and the west here, it looks like there's more smoke, which I'm not even going to talk about right now, all right? Because let's first talk about the heat, all right? And there's lots of it across the whole country. You can see that. Got excessive heat warnings all throughout. Flash flood warnings in Minneapolis, and severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Wisconsin. And then for our area, although it's not showing it here, there is an excessive heat warning for New Jersey. You see that right here. Most of the state of New Jersey, except the northwestern part, as well as New York City, under an excessive heat warning. And we were spared the worst of the heat today on Long Island because we had a decent sea breeze today, and that really helped things a lot. And you can see here, we're mainly in the 70s. They're still dealing with 80s in New Jersey right now. But let's go look at the high temperatures across the area today. You'll kind of see the difference here. So you can see Long Island's generally didn't even hit 90 at Islip, didn't even hit 90 at Farmingdale, hit 92 at JFK, but the hottest readings are all in New Jersey, 96, 97, mostly all in New Jersey there. Really hot. So it's one of those days where, you're reminded why you don't want to wind up having to go live in New Jersey ever, because it's just so much hotter there. And around here we had a high around 90 degrees, I think is a fair assessment here, maybe low 90s. This 95, these readings are wrong because I was looking at these temperature readings, and then I went outside with my thermometer and measured it myself, and it was more like 91. So they're wrong. If you're on the South Shore, right at the beach, only highs in the low 80s, and then you head out to mid-Suffolk County, you have highs only in the mid-80s, and then LaGuardia was 95, 91 at Central Park, and then See, look at these readings in Jersey. I mean, Toms River was 95, west of Toms River 97. Hey, absolutely brutal, brutal heat there. As far as the lows, we didn't really drop that much. Generally 70s, and that's what it's going to be right now. And tonight it's going to be even warmer than that. So 70s for your lows. And we're just going to go look at the station, what the day was like at Islip. So you see the 75. The dew point is 73. So let's go look at our what our day was like at Islip. And the sea temperatures were generally in the 80s, but we did have some pretty high dew points there, mid to upper 70s. Very, very humid, but not. We avoided the worst of the heat. That's the main thing here. We can also look at Farmingdale, which is 77. Dew point is 73, and you'll see even Farmingdale did not hit 90. Did not even hit 90 there, but the dew points were pretty high. But it did not hit 90. Looks like it got up to 88. That was it. 88. So no 90 degrees at Farmingdale. But if you're in Jersey, at, say, Lakehurst, which is the closest official station to Toms River, if we can get that to load. 83. Nope, that's Fort Dix. We want Lakehurst. 84, with a dew point of 76 at Lakehurst. And they were in the 90s all day. Though the dew points were tends to be maybe a little bit lower. But you can see that strong west-southwest wind heat indexes in the 100s. That's absolutely brutal. And that's why there's that excessive heat warning. Let's go look at the highs across the country. And you'll see the heat that is spread across. And again, this is all heat from the Midwest. So again, highs in the hundreds in Kansas through maybe Missouri, close to 100. Texas, very hot out there. The other thing I want to look at is precipitation as well. I'm probably going to look at our precipitation here. See if we can get that to load. Yeah, it's not showing. I think we got more rain than that here, personally. It's only 0.63 over there in Shirley. That's why we'll have to go to the Wonder Map and take a look and see how much rainfall we got from that. Because it poured here in Mineola. It was very heavy rain. Yep, 1.04 inches. I think we got an inch of rain out of that thing. Yep, Carl places an inch because we had some pretty flooded streets. Yep, 1.7 inches here at Oakland Gardens. So some parts of Queens also got pretty soaked, as well as probably the Bronx and Westchester. Oh, look, yeah, some of these readings there. Isolated areas are over 2 inches, perhaps, depending on where these storms hit. But yeah, they were heavy. I'm telling you, you'll see the rain in the video. That'll have, after I put this weather update up, hopefully it'll be done rendering by then. But yeah, 1.04. So yeah, about an inch of rain here in Mineola. South Shore got nothing. They missed the storm until you head out to the South Shore of Suffolk. They're the ones that got hit, and they got 3/4 of an inch of rain out of it. 1.02 inches there in Medford, so decent amount of rain out of this thing. 0.7, yeah. South Shore of Suffolk County, 3/4 of an inch. North Shore, nothing. Yeah, it missed the North Shore. It missed Lake Grove and Center Reach and that whole area. But South, yeah, they got a storm for sure. So let's go to the models next, and we're going to look just at the next 3 days here, or whatever. Let's just show you. All right, we have the GFS, but we are looking at the HRRR first. 0Z run of that. So you see the storm activity dies down tomorrow. I don't think we'll have to worry about any storms. It's just going to be brutally hot. And then Saturday would be our next chance for storms with this cold front. And you can see right there that would be our next chance for storms. So Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, that's a strong-looking cold front coming through right there. And that's our next chance for severe weather. Looking at your dew points again and your wind flow, you'll see the wind flows become... they start off from the northwest, and then it looks like there will be a sea breeze in the afternoon. So it looks like there will be a sea breeze helping the South Shore out. The dew point's still pretty high. in the low 70s, though it could be higher than that. And then for Saturday, a southwest wind. So this is some good news to see that southerly component there, because that means that there will be a sea breeze, and that Long Island will avoid the worst of it. For Jersey and the city, you're gonna bake, but not for us. So lows tonight not going to drop below the 70s, and then tomorrow we heat up again. And again, because of that sea breeze showing on the HRRR, Nassau County is probably going to make it to the 90s. We're probably still going to get some mid-90s, I think, in Nassau. Suffolk County, I think you'll be around 90. Jersey, you're going to be mid to upper 90s like you were today. And then the South Shore of Suffolk County, further out east, you might only be in the 80s. And then as we head into Saturday, it's going to be another hot day. Again, similar, I think, temperature-wise to today. It's similar temperature-wise to Friday. With 90s again in Nassau County and in Suffolk County. That sea breeze will help, obviously, go east or go south if you want to avoid the worst of the heat. GFS, we'll show you the GFS as well, and we have actually out to 72 hours because we're running late, so you're in luck with that. So here's the GFS for your temperatures, and you see the 90s there, and then for Saturday, it actually has Saturday now being the worst day. And I have a feeling with a look like that, it's showing more of a westerly flow. So we have a little bit of disagreement here now. GFS is saying Saturday could wind up being worse. Yeah, it could be worse. Because it seems like it's a little bit slower with the front, perhaps. But then as we get into Sunday, you'll see the cooler, drier air comes in and it brings us relief from this heat. So if we move this over to Sunday, you'll see much cooler with mid-80s. Looking at the skies, obviously clouds. Let's start with the skies, obviously the clouds here. And you'll see for tomorrow, not many clouds around. It's going to be hot. And Saturday, you'll probably have more in the way of high clouds. And then Sunday, we'll have to see if we can clear it out by Sunday. We'll have to see. If not by Sunday, maybe by Monday. But we got to get through 2 brutal days before then. So let me look at the RGM here and just get this sky stuff over with again. You see not many clouds around tomorrow, so that's going to get plenty of opportunity to heat up. And then Saturday also not showing many clouds except maybe high clouds in the afternoon, and that's all we have. It seems like it skipped a frame, but it looks like it's trying to clear things out by later Sunday. We'll have to see. But we'll also have to deal with the possibility of return of the smoke. That's something we're going to have to look at as well. Let me look at the RAP smoke model, even though I said I wouldn't. We will go ahead and look at it, 21Z, and just look at the vertically integrated smoke and a few more satellite images before I wrap this weather update up, because it is showing, again, there's a little bit of smoke out there, nothing really too thick, but look at Western Canada. That's just nuts right there, what's going on over there. So, eventually we're going to get into that. But it's just too early to tell right now what's going to happen. But we can run this northern U.S. satellite loop here to show you the smoke. And you can see there's plenty of it there in the northwest in Canada, and also plenty of it also in the Pacific Northwest from the fires there, which look very impressive. Let's go to the Pacific Northwest view here. And you can see these fires here. It looks like Oregon really has a big fire there going. I think that's going to wrap it up. But, yeah, brutal day for tomorrow. Expect it to be brutal. And Saturday as well. Oppressive heat and humidity through Saturday. But that's it for this weather update. Have a good night.